What's up, y'all? It's your boy Isaac, and welcome back to AI Football TV. So as usual, we have quite a bunch of things that I want to discuss today. But the first topic that I want to discuss about is going to be quite sensitive, but I feel like it's something that I wanted to address because of the severity of it and how I feel like this is something that we should be talking about. So last night in the Ukrainian league, in a league match between Shakhtar Donetsk and Dynamo Kiev, an act of racism took place. So what happened was one of the players in the Shakhtar Donetsk team, his name is Tyson, he's a black Brazilian player who's been playing for Shakhtar for quite a number of years. He was racially abused by a section of the Dynamo Kiev fans. So in response to what the fans were giving him, he basically just kicked the ball up to the stands, and as a result, the referee gave him a red card. And I think that was just so uncalled for. I have no idea why he had to do that. He wasn't even in the wrong at all. It's just so frustrating to see that these incidents are so common now, and it's happening in leagues all around the world. The one that comes to mind is like the England versus Bulgaria one, where obviously there were so many racist chants going on, and it was just such a bad experience for the players on the pitch. And we've seen just by how long this has been going on that UEFA and FIFA just don't take racism seriously at all. Yes, they have their campaigns like the say no to racism, all that, but seriously, is it doing anything? Because I don't think so. This is how UEFA has been trying to manage this situation, or at least this is their measures that they have put in place for quite a number of years now. What they do is that they actually follow a 3-step protocol, and this is what it looks like. So the first step is basically, if there are such racist chants in the stadium going on, the first step is to basically inform the stadium authorities to make an announcement to ask the fans to stop, as basically a form of warning. And the second step is for the referee to actually send the players to the dressing room, and another announcement will be made to warn the fans that you have to stop this right now. And the last step is to just abandon the entire game if the racist chants don't stop. So this is the 3-step protocol that UEFA and FIFA have put in place. My question is, why do you need so many steps to stop this behavior? We have seen that this is not working. Personally, I feel like UEFA and FIFA needs to take heavier actions, like ban the fans for going to the stadiums for a while if this doesn't stop. Obviously, we have to realize that this is not something that we can blame an entire fan base for or an entire country for. It is obviously always going to be just a section of the fans. I feel like the reason why this happens in other leagues around the world is because maybe of a lack of education. Maybe that's what's causing them, because they don't know that these things are wrong. Just educate these people, educate them and tell them that this is wrong. And maybe, sometimes they know that this is wrong, and if they do, ban them. Just ban them. Don't let them come to games. And if, for example, if we know that a team who plays in the Champions League is doing this and their fans are constantly going at it over and over again with their racist chants, just ban them from the entire competition and don't let them participate in it till their fans can get their act together. Because this seems to be the only way that fans will ever learn, and fans will realize that, this is wrong, we should really stop doing this. To me, the thing that's most disappointing about it is the fact that this is not just a matter of football, it's a matter of life and society and human rights. It's 2019 and these things are still happening. It's almost barbaric, if you ask me. It's not right at all. It shouldn't be. We have evolved so much as a society, and we don't need this kind of behavior, this kind of actions in football or in anywhere in life. We have to remember that these players who play on the pitch are humans as well. They have feelings, and they know and they can hear everything that you're saying, all these chants and everything. They can hear it, and they are very well aware of it. Some players just are able to completely shut it out and play their game and do their talking on the pitch, which is honestly so applaudable. But I feel like a player should not have to even worry about this at all, because if you think about it, these guys are just doing their job, going to work, playing their football, which is their profession, and they're just getting abused. And it's not fair and it's not right to them at all. So yeah, man, I feel like obviously UEFA and FIFA have to do more about this. I really hope they do. So yeah, obviously I hope that whatever happened in Tyson, I hope that the relevant club authorities are doing something about it to make sure that whoever was involved is gonna get punished. I hope that he's okay, and I hope that, we can see a change soon, because obviously this is not what football is about. This is not what life has to be about either. Racism is wrong. It's always been wrong. It'll never be anything else. Obviously, we still have a way to go from what we've seen, but I hope that in time, if the relevant authorities make sure that they put the right actions in place, if they implement the right procedures and the right punishments, then all of these should be nicked out in the butt, and hopefully we'll never have to see this ever again. So yeah, you know what? All my thoughts go to Tyson. I hope you're okay, and I hope that you can move on from this and come back even stronger. So now we're going to be talking about that crazy Liverpool game last night at Anfield. First of all, I must say that was such an intense game of football. It was a very entertaining watch. Man City obviously started off very well in first opening 5 minutes. They were denied a penalty at the other end when Bernardo Silva came into the box, and there was the handball incident that happened with Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I've watched it over again, and personally to me, at the time I was screaming for a handball because that looked so blatant. But after watching the replays over and over again, I feel like I don't think it was a penalty, because yes, it struck Trent Alexander-Arnold's arm, but before that, it hit Bernardo Silva's arm first. Whatever it is, I think VAR should have done a better job at that. You know, how they didn't spot either of the handballs was just crazy. I don't understand why the Premier League can't use VAR in a more efficient way. I once heard someone say the Premier League is the best league in the world with the worst referees in the world as well, and that is so true. And I feel like Man City honestly did not play badly at all. I feel like they did really well considering it was Anfield. Pep said he was very proud of his players after the game ended, and rightly so. And obviously Alexander-Arnold with the switch of play, putting it to the left, and Robertson crossing it in for Salah to head in the second goal. This just shows the immense quality of Liverpool's fullbacks. Literally, I talked about this in my previous video about how I feel like they are up there with the best in the world. They are the best in the world. The quality that this fullback partnership has is literally insane. What a performance from the both of them. I feel like both of them played really well in the game. Salah obviously turning up again in the big games. 52 goals in his last 44 appearances at Anfield. And that is insane. That's crazy. 38 goals, 14 assists. Anfield is home for him. And then Jordan Henderson in the second half with a cross that even Alexander-Arnold and Robertson would be proud of, for Mane to head in the third goal. See, the best part about Mane's goal to me was the fact that before the game, Pep said that he was a diver. And what does he do? The man scores a diving header. And obviously you could see that Man City had chances as well. Aguero really should have taken his chances. The scoreline could have been really different if Man City were just a bit more clinical. You could see the likes of Sterling, Bernardo Silva, they were really pushing forward. They really wanted to win, but it just wasn't meant to be. Liverpool now 9 points clear of City, 8 points clear at the top. And genuinely, I feel like it's just Liverpool's title to lose right now. But the season is still a long way to go. But also, who's gonna catch them? Because they look absolutely unstoppable right now. Is anybody gonna catch them? Is anybody gonna stop them? Are they gonna be invincible? We'll just have to wait and see. And now we're gonna be talking about the Arsenal result against Leicester. Obviously, not a surprising result. I feel like I would have been surprised if we even got a draw, but like I said, not a surprising result. Arsenal now have only 2 clean sheets in our last 24 away league games. Emery, man. What are you doing, man? In 50 games under Unai Emery, we have 87 points. That is 87 out of a possible 150. In Emery's first 50 games, we have 1 point lesser than Arsene Wenger's last 50 games. If that doesn't tell the story of how utterly screwed we are, in that game, I'll be blunt, we were horrible. But we didn't start off badly, don't get me wrong. I feel like we started off quite well. We showed glimpses of quality here and there in our attack. Obviously at the back it was a shambles, as usual, shambolic defending. It was obviously nice to see Bellerin starting again, but you could tell that he was out of the paces a bit. I feel like the decision to leave out Pepe and Tierney was wrong. How this manager just leaves out our best players when we need them is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Obviously Vardy scored, as he always does against Arsenal. He has scored against us the most out of all the top 6 clubs. He just loves playing against us. We are now 9 points off top 4 in November. We are so far off in terms of quality. Position in the league is one thing. To be an Arsenal fan is really tiring, man. And what frustrates me the most is that I know our players are good. In terms of individual ability and talent, I know that they're good. They have shown it before. It's just that this manager is not playing them the way that they should be played. This was only the second time that he started with a back 3 in the season so far. Why would you try a new system when you know that we need to get the points at Leicester? Although, like I said, I wasn't expecting us to get a win, I'll be honest. I really was at most expecting a draw. But we lost 2-0. Scoreline probably doesn't tell the entire story because I feel like it could have been so much more. And what's scary is the fact that the Arsenal board said that they are not looking to sack Unai Emery, that they back him 100% to see that things turn around. And bro, if that's true, oh my god, it's gonna be such a difficult season for us. Everybody, literally everybody is frustrated with Emery. I cannot think of a single reason why he should stay. I cannot think of a single reason why. So like I said, obviously these are just reports. I hope that with the international break coming up, we will actually look for someone to bring in, because 2 weeks is a perfect amount of time to find somebody new and to get him ready for our next match, which is going to be at home for Southampton, which is a perfect start to any new manager that wants to come in and take over for us. So yeah, man, it's very difficult to be an Arsenal fan right now. Obviously, there's so little positives that we can think of right now. It's just difficult to see how we're going to finish in the top 4 now, let alone maybe even in the top 6. I don't know how things are going to turn around, but to me, the only way I see that actually happening is if the manager goes and somebody new comes in. Because it's very obvious now that the players are obviously not playing for the manager. In the past 3 games, they have looked absolutely abject, demotivated, and like there's no drive to want to play anymore. And that's all down to the manager for number 1, not playing them right, number 2, not motivating them, and number 3, just simply not being good enough. So now obviously there is an international break for 2 weeks, and don't get me wrong, I love my Arsenal to bits, but I'm glad I don't have to watch them for a while. Let's hope that there will actually be some developments in this, because right now I feel like all the fans want to see is just some indication that we are going to recover from this. So until then, we're just gonna have to wait and see. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, you can check out the rest of my episodes as well on IGTV and on Facebook. Obviously now at the international break, there's not gonna be any Premier League football over the next 2 weekends, but I have some interesting videos coming up for you guys, so you can stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys soon. Peace!